Hi. Hello, good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Moon Day, everybody. Hello, hello. Just getting settled in. How's everybody feeling? We had a big mega eclipse last night. So just want to make sure we're all here, feeling present and grounded. Hi. Happy Moon Day. Hi, Aunt Gail. Hi, Arden. Arden, are you back from the woods? I was nervous you might not ever come back. Hi. So, hi, Gabriella on YouTube. Hi. So I'm really excited for today. We have Alicia from Afro Yoga coming on. She's a yoga entrepreneur, super interesting person. I also saw this weekend that she was she works with it's her own yoga teacher training, but I also saw her shooting some guns this weekend. And so I'm like, okay, lots to talk about. I love me a good paradoxical person, like yoga and guns. I was like, okay, Afro Yoga, Alicia, I'm excited to talk to you on Monday about that. And she's going to talk about just the importance of accessing breath energy and how to cultivate like a bodily intuition, which is really important right now as we move through, right, this eclipse we just had. And we have another eclipse, July 4th, July 5th, like kind of overnight. So we're going to be going through lots and lots of resets and initiations. Eclipse energy can be very ungrounding. And that's why it's really important to come back to the breath a lot, because our breath helps regulate our central nervous system. Our breath creates space. So we're going to be talking to her about that. Thanks, Gabrielle. My weekend was amazing. I had time with family. I saw my dad over. He just left. We had a great Father's Day. We literally just spent the whole day talking about like decolonization and dismantling white supremacy and defunding the police. And I was like, okay, Dad. Like, I always thought my dad was definitely super progressive, but even like he was saying something yesterday that I was even surprised by how progressive he was and radical. And he definitely raised me to question everything, and so turned everything on its head. And so it was really fun. We were just like having these really good discussions yesterday. So it was a good weekend for me. Before we have Alicia on, I'm just excited to say that I have good news. I have good astrology news and not bad astrology news, but funny retrograde news. We're going to be moving out on the 25th. Venus is going to go direct. So Venus in Gemini has definitely been, we've been feeling it. This is part of our, closing out of a 2-year mini cycle and an 8-year bigger cycle about our values, our communication, our worthiness. And when Venus goes direct, then we can actually take some action steps and course correct things in terms of our worthiness, how we relate to others. And so June 25th, that's Venus is going to begin, our goddess planet is going to begin to station direct. It still takes a little shadow period for her to go full swing back in like her motion. But I think that will just be really good, like an opening and lots of clarity for people. But before that happens, on the 23rd, that's tomorrow, I believe. I only keep track of like cosmic calendars. Earth calendar is very hard for me to keep track of. But the 23rd, we have Neptune is going to be stationing retrograde. So for that day of the 23rd, the 24th, I'm going to tell everyone, like, don't try to do nothing. Like, do not try to launch a website. Do not try to edit your podcast. Do not try to just push anything forward, because that 23rd and 24th, we will have this overlap. We will have Pluto retrograde, Saturn retrograde, Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde, Jupiter retrograde, and Neptune retrograde. And for anyone who studies the planets, that's basically all of them, because the moon can't go retrograde, and neither can the sun, and neither can the earth. So I think that only leaves Uranus would be the only planet that wouldn't be retrograde. Or are they retrograde right now? No, I don't think so. So Um, so for the 23rd and 24th of this week, I just want us to focus on going within, reviewing, closing out old chapters, the continuing the retrograde work, but especially for those 2 days, because then Venus will go direct and we'll kind of be only in that like 6 planets retrograde. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot. And there's some other stuff I'll talk about later in this week about ways to align ourselves with that. Gabrielle, what cosmic calendar do you use? I have professional like Solar Fire on my computer, but also Time Passages is a free app that shows the daily just planets, what they're all doing, what's retrograde, what's not. Also, Cafe Astrology has like kind of the calendar for a year of 2020, so you can just scroll to June and be like, okay, June, I see that's happening. So yeah, Cafe Astrology and Time Passages are just great ways to kind of check in. So yeah, so lots of retrogrades. I've been getting a lot of downloads lately, and a lot of new like expansiveness, consciousness. And I told people in our new moon eclipse circle last night that I felt a little anxious the past few days, and I think it's from definitely the eclipse season, like kicking up things and feeling ungrounded. But I was feeling anxious about like the world opening back up again and all the things that can mean, whether it's COVID, disease related things, or just not wanting us to go back into a place of distraction and diversion. I'm like actually getting like stuttery talking about it because I'm like, I saw people out and about doing things this weekend, and part of me was like, yes, but like, don't rush back into just like the brunch pictures and the things we do on the weekend to fill up our time. Like, I do want us to still stay really steadfast and vigilant in our revolution that's happening here. So, but then my guides, my angels came to me yesterday. I was like, don't you worry your pretty little head. The revolution is happening. It's in the astrology. It's in the stars. It's not going to go anywhere. So I was like, okay, good. So I guess that brings me to inviting on our guest, Alicia of Afro Yoga. Please give her the warm Cosmic Revolution welcome. So excited. Let's see. Hi.
Hi.
Hello, beautiful. The rainbow behind you, like aura. I'm like, your aura is beautiful in so many ways. Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. So nice to meet you.
I know, it's so nice to connect with you. I don't know if anybody was watching last week, but you came on and just like were saying something, and I don't know, I think you requested to be in the video. I don't know if it was on purpose or not. And then I was like, I was looking at your page. I'm like, wait, you're awesome. Like, do you want to come on? So we just had kind of like an instant Instagram connection.
Exactly.
So
I love when that happens.
I know, I love that. I was like, oh, I was meant to definitely find you and know you, and like your page was giving me so many feels, and you have such a beautiful energy. Um, so yeah, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell people a little bit about you and what you do, and then we'll go from there.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alicia Dugar Stevenson, and I am a Black yoga teacher. So it might be backwards on here, but I love to share and spread world peace through inner peace. That's my mission. That's what wakes me up in the morning. That's what led me to start multiple businesses. I own a yoga school, so we're currently running multiple 200-hour programs a year. And in 2020, actually in the fall of this year, we're adding a 300-hour program. I'm an author. I wrote a book about chakras and yoga lifestyle. It's called Yoga Best Life. You can find it on Amazon. What else did I do? I just love any way that I can show up in the world and share the peace that I've learned to have in my own body. I'm all about it. So I do lots of things out in the world in order to promote others taking their own inner peace as agency of themselves.
Yes. First of all, I'm just soaking up. Your energy is literally like healing blasts of rainbow energy. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy we planned this during the eclipse, because this new moon Cancer eclipse has me feeling just like the rebirth energy, but the disorientation. So to hear you speak so beautifully and so clearly about just your work in the world, it's actually very like nourishing to me right now to hear that. So thank you. So you do so much. Wow. First, I got to ask, what do you know your astrology big three? I'm sure you do.
I don't. That's something that led me to your page, is that I need to
Oh,
learn more about that
Alicia.
side of myself
Okay.
because I am in a transition right now. I turn 30 in less than 30 days. And so I'm a Cancer. That's
Of
I
course.
guess my sun sign.
Yep.
But I don't know like my time of birth. So I need to find my birth certificate somewhere so that I can learn all the
Oh my God.
things.
You find your birth certificate and then you literally DM me right away and we'll hook you up with a reading and maybe we'll do it live, part of it, not all of it. um,
Okay.
okay, so Cancer Sun. It's so funny because I was gonna guess like Cancer or Leo for you because I was like because that Cancer like cosmic mama, divine feminine on lock energy. But then I'm like, oh, you do have that Leo like knowing how to get stuff done and like broadcasting stuff out to the world because you have a book, multiple businesses, a school, and your Instagram is a whole like beautiful production. I'm like, yeah, you have a lot of energy to like do all this output.
Yes, yes.
That's so good. Okay, so I'm sure everyone has so many questions. Definitely anyone who has questions, drop them in the question box. I love everyone's comments. Obviously, everyone's obsessed with you already. But do you mind sharing a little bit of your journey of like what led you to yoga? What led you to kind of, I love what you said, finding peace in your body. That was like
Yeah.
nourishing when you said that. I was like, ooh, that's so good. So yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, so a lot of people can think that yoga is, the yoga poses that they see on Instagram. They see these awesome big beef people, and that's one part. So I actually was introduced to yoga before I ever stepped in the studio. I was diagnosed with lupus in 2009. So if you're not sure what that is, it's an autoimmune. And for me, I had a lot of inflammation in my joints. So it was like extremely painful to do things that could seem as simple as turning a doorknob or taking a step. It was like pins and needles and extreme pain. And for me, I realized it was also at a time in my life where I had a lot of stress. I was a freshman at Rice University, super stressful, engineering major.
Oh, wow.
And I just thought I was completely disconnected from my visceral self. Like I was not in touch with who I was physically, energetically. I was really in thought and the academic part of me. And that was a wake up call. And it's what led me to my first physical yoga class where I feel like when I walked in the room, I heard the sound.
Right, like before you even like went into class, just like the vibe in the room, like I have arrived. Something is.
Exactly.
I've been waiting to find this.
I was like, oh my God. Around, I'm like, okay, this is just happening in my head.
You are so freaking cute. I cannot wait to read your birth chart. Okay, go on. So you're in the yoga studio and you're having the like light from heaven, the choir of angels are singing. Okay, and then what happened?
And then I took the class and it was an epiphany experience for me. I mean, just being there, my mat, I'm like, whoa, my body can do all these amazing things. And it was the opposite of what I had learned from lupus, where my doctor like, oh, you're gonna need this medication for the rest of your life, and you're probably gonna get worse, and you can't do this and this and this and this. And I've been told that for a long time. And in that yoga class, I was able to reconnect to myself in a powerful way.
Yeah.
And so, like, wow, I am strong. Wow, I am, all of these different movements, I got to experience different aspects of myself. And I just knew I had to continue it. I started going like 3 times a day sometimes. I mean, it was like, I need more yoga. This is amazing. And I'm happy to report that it took me a while, a few years of my transition, but I'm now completely off all meds. I do yoga every day. I also incorporate things like acupuncture, and I change my diet heavily. So I've made a lot of changes in my life that have led to reconciliation from within. And that's what inspires me to share what I learned, because I'm like, all these people out here, after I realized changed my major to diplomacy, so international relations and French, and I lived around the world.
Wow.
And I started to notice that even though the cultures were different, the individual people were all having their own experiences. You know, they were sick, or they, you know, had family members who were sick, and a lot of people were dealing with themselves being disconnected. And so I realized that if I can share this interconnectedness around the world, then what's possible then is that people can feel that epiphany that I felt my first day in class.
Right.
And I also knew that I couldn't do it alone. Like, there's no way, even my ego self, I'm like, there's no way that I can, you know, have every student ever in the world be my yoga student.
Yeah.
So I'm about creating and empowering other leaders to do that.
Oh, wow. Well, first of all, just receiving that, congratulations, and just want to celebrate that miracle of your like self-healing. That's so beautiful to hear, and I'm sure so inspiring for people, and just such a testament to this work. And also I just want to say, first of all, I completely agree. That's like that feeling of like, yeah, we're all so different, but then the human experience is so, we're such in this collective consciousness, and we're carrying around all this stuff. And once you learn, like, you know, hurt people, and peaceful people like bring peace with them. So it's like, it sounds so simple, but it's hard, and it's nothing that we're traditionally been like rewarded or educated on how to do. So I love that you like kind of clicked, and I love the diplomacy. I love your engineering mind, first of all. The kind of like literally is like engineering world peace. You're like, okay. And then your diplomacy is like, this is how I'm gonna do it. And then all that Cancer energy, you're like, I'm just gonna bring everyone in to like their inner homes, and just like take care of your inner home, and then you don't have to fuck with anybody else's. It's funny how it works like that. Okay, and so you have a school.
Yes.
Like, how did you found that? How, tell me about, I'm sure people are like, how does she do all these things? So walk us through that a little bit.
Yes. So I started teaching shortly after finding a yoga studio that I loved, and they had a training. So my teachers, Roger and Madi Murphy, they were my first teachers. And after I trained with them, I started training everywhere. I mean, I went to Thailand and back. Anywhere that I could find a teacher that I resonated with, training that I felt called to go and participate in, I went. And I had that mind. I always like to learn something new and be in that space. So that's exciting for me. And I started to train with those programs. So I trained at the Yoga Works, the Yoga One, all in the Texas area. And I did that for a while, and it was, at the time, it fed me. Like, I was like, okay, I'm a part of this mission and this calling. I'm answering that call. And I realized that there were some disparities, you know, in some of the studio systems. Yeah. It can almost seem like they're preparing you to teach in their studio. And that's great, but what about the communities that aren't near the studios? And what about the places in the world where those studios don't exist?
And speaking to your point about sovereignty, like, what if I want to work for myself? Yeah, and then go teach my like community. Okay, interesting. And yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Right, like the workshops in the world that need to be created, the festivals, you know, how do we empower those leaders as opposed to just getting the people who really like to be in the studio space? And that line of thinking led me to create the yoga school, which started off in person, is now fully virtual with some aspects that can be in person. And it is a way for me to not only teach from my experiences, but I also invite and encourage other leaders to step in and lead content. So I empower other trainers as a part of the program to train in whatever subject area they have expertise. So like I love anatomy, and I'm not an anatomy expert. So I empower those who are. I have 2 anatomy experts on the team. I have a philosophy expert on the team. You know, I'm also looking for, you know, astrology, because we're developing a 300-hour, and that's what led me to your page. oh, she does so much in astrology work. I love this. And, you know, I'm creating a program that feels authentic
Oh,
to what's needed in the world and
yes,
what I
yes.
feel called to do. It's like, yes, people need to know about the energy, even though people can't see it. So a
Right,
lot of people can ignore it.
right. But we're all feeling it no matter what, if you believe in it or not. It's like you cannot believe in hot weather, but like you're gonna be sweating. Like mostly they don't believe in energy. I'm like, okay, what? But yes, like, and then everything you're saying, you have such clarity of your vision and yourself, and it again just speaks to the work that you do. This holistic yoga work of the inner and the outer. So yeah, to speak on your clarity of your vision, I love that you're like, yeah, we want to get to people who maybe necessarily wouldn't be doing like on the mat practices, and I like, I think sometimes in like the spiritual or wellness or self growth world, it becomes a little bit like this vacuum. Like, well, we're just talking to the same people and we're in the same circles. And it's like, yeah, but really, who needs this are the people who aren't showing up to the yoga studios or can't afford it or just they don't even think about energy as a thing. So I love that you took this approach. And I also am a big fan of true leadership comes from bowing to someone else's mastery. Like, you are the philosophy expert, you are the anatomy expert, I love the collaborative, like weaving energy of that. And we can talk offline about astrology. I can help you with things. I can recommend people to you. I can help you. Well, like, I love the idea of infusing the astrology in it. Absolutely. So, okay. Oh my goodness. I'm sure everyone is curious. When's your next round of yoga teacher training you're doing?
Okay, so the next 200 hour is the first weekend in February, and it has consecutive weekends. So it'll be like evenings and weekends just in the periphery of the traditional schedule, or someone, if you care for others and it's a periphery of that type of schedule.
Yeah.
So it's evenings in Thursday, Friday, and then morning time Saturday, Sunday. So that's something that I like to offer just to make it really convenient. And so we have a set schedule with that. And following that, we have a 300 hours. So if someone wanted to do all of their consecutive training for 500-hour total, they could. And the 300-hour will start in May. So it would be the first weekend in May. We do have some modules. So the 300-hour is more similar to like a college style setup where you have core requirements and there are things like advanced anatomy, sequencing,
Right.
you know, and higher level thinking. Those kind of things are required. And then you have the electives where you'd be able to maybe specialize in astrology or perinatal.
Yes.
Or you go into, some of those other areas.
Oh my god. Okay. Perinatal. Oh, so fun. I know. So organized. So like, I love this huge growing. I can only imagine you're just turning 30, so that means that you're just going through your Saturn return. I can only imagine what the next 5 or 10 years is going to bring for you. I'm very excited. I keep saying it, but I'm like literally like eager to dig into your chart because I'm like, you have like the creativity, the vision, but the follow through, but then also the like collective thinking, like the doing things together thinking, which is what we all need to like have modeled for us right now so beautifully. So thank you for that. Um, and let's talk about you a little bit more. I'm so intrigued by you. So where did you? I'm like, let's just chat. I don't even mind if there's people here. I'm like, I just want to know everything about you. Where did you grow up?
Ooh, that's a good question. I was born on a military base in Camp Pendleton. My dad was active in the Marine Corps at the time. So I'm a Cali baby. And I just love summer, beach, hot. I would rather sweat than shiver in it.
This like Cancer energy was always like, give me hot and like I'm really sweaty, like cold. I'm just like my life force is like no. Okay, so wow. Okay, growing up, father in the Marines. Wow. Okay, that might be. Is that where you get some of like the discipline and follow through to like launch all this stuff on your own? I'm like curious because your like ability to bring things earth side. I'm like, a book alone takes a long time. You're only 30, so I can only imagine how fast you did all this. And then creating a whole huge yoga academy.
I definitely feel like there's some of that energy came from there. I've also for several years been attracted to the color red. So I'm very big into chakras, and red has always pulled at me. And so I feel like that's always been my desire, is to manifest and like bring things into the material plane. Yeah, everything ever since I can ever remember, red has been like, yes, yes.
You have such a gift for the bringing things, earth side. Okay, so you grew up there, and then do you have like something right now that's like a self-care practice or something that you're just like, thank God I had this, for especially during everything quarantine and now everything happening with like our social uprising? Like, is there a practice or something that you're like, this is a tool in my toolbox I'm so grateful for?
Yes, I have a tool. This tool has helped me through many pain. I don't like to take pain medication and things like that. And I've dealt with a lot of pain in my life, in my body. And I have a breath technique that I love to use. I use it whenever I need it. I use it whenever my husband needs it. My husband is like, he's the complete yang to my yin. His energy is just like, whew. And whenever I notice it, anything happening around me that's out of vibrational harmony, I go right into this breath technique. So I definitely want to share that one, because that one is a gem. It is internal harmony, and it also reverberates outside of you. And it's something that we do naturally. And so just like breathing, you involuntarily breathe. However, when you turn your awareness to your breath, there's a different level of agency and co-creation that you can tap into with awareness of breath. And so that's why I love this technique so much. It's called Brahmari breath, or bead breath, or buzzing breath, if you've heard other settings. And I definitely want to share that with you. Do we have time to practice now?
Yeah, is everyone okay with this? I love this. I love a good hands-on moment.
Also, I wanted to share, you asked me where I was born or where I'm from, but I was born there, but I only stayed in Cali for 2 years. After that, we moved to Texas, where I grew up for elementary school, and then middle school moved to Michigan. So I was in the cold.
Oh, not that cold. No, not good.
Yeah, it was. I definitely started to. So I'm very. I'm in touch with the sensual. So whenever I connect to ancestors, whenever I listen to intuition, I get physical cues. And so that's when I started probably the first time in my life where I really tuned into that, because I was like, when I'm grown, I will never live in a cold place. I remember saying that often. It's just like, I can't.
I'm just picturing little Alicia like, this will never happen.
And then moved back to Texas for high school.
Oh, no.
I went to college here, so Rice University is in Texas. And then I went my third year, my junior, I did an exchange. So I studied in France, and I had the choice, Paris or the beach town, Nice. And I was like, South.
I was going to say, I'm like, so let me guess.
Of course. I lived there for a year, loved it. I became fluent in French. And then I came back to Houston, and then I moved to the French island of Martinique. So I lived there for a year, and I worked for the government there and worked on some diplomacy there. And then I moved back, and I've been in Texas ever since.
Damn, what a journey. I just want to honor again, like, wow, living in so many places. And like, I love how it's probably helped inform you in the work you're doing now, because you said it, you saw so many different people, so many different walks of life. And I'm sorry also that you had to go through cold Michigan and middle school all at once. That's like too much. That's too much. Like, two of those things on its own right now.
I look back like, wow, I survived.
Okay, beautiful. So I love that. I'm so curious about your diplomacy background, and like can only imagine how you weave that into everything you do now. And I actually even love that as a word, diplomacy. Like I haven't really thought about it in that way in a while. I would think about community building and like bridge building, but I'm like, oh yeah, like a spiritual diplomacy is like a cool concept for like that you embody, I think, in a beautiful way.
Right. Because really, when people have differences of opinion, it can go all the way down to their individual connection to themselves is completely different than someone else's. And if they're not able to connect to themselves, then how can they create change on a massive level?
Boom, right there. Um, I mean, okay, so I want to do the breath practice with you, but I do want to make sure that we have time, and you tell me, I'm going to follow your lead, if this is better to do before the breath or after, but I need to ask about the guns, the yoga hand guns from the weekend.
Yeah.
And now understanding maybe like your dad's military background, but I have my North Node in Gemini, so I love when things are unexpected. Like people are not what you'd expect. And I'm like, oh yeah, yoga, beautiful, the chakra book I saw. And then I saw you this weekend with some, hold on, let me close my window, it's really loud. I saw you like shooting some guns, and I was like, ooh, I'm excited to dig into this and talk about this a little bit. So what should we talk about first? Breath work or guns? Guns and breath work. What should we talk about first?
We can talk about the yoga and guns, and then we can do the breath work as a way to just seal everything in and give people a chance to connect to themselves.
Perfect.
I love to talk about this because it can seem really controversial. A lot of people think, oh, you're a yoga teacher, oh, you're a yoga teacher trainer, you should be super zen, like all these other, Instagram personalities.
Right.
And I feel like that can be really, when you see people's, yoga Instagram, they're showing you one side of themselves. Everyone has these different aspects of them. And I have been introduced to him since a very young age. My dad taught me and my sisters how to shoot. That was something that's really important for him. We always had them in the house, and he didn't want any, mishaps or
Right.
and things like that. So we knew, hey, this is a gun, this is not a toy. We know what happens when you pull the trigger because he took us to the range. And it's a really funny story. When I first met my husband, we went on a date, and he's like, oh, I'm a teacher, because he's law enforcement. So he does all those kind of classes. Like, oh, I'm going to take you to the range, you can do a tactical gun class. I'm like, ooh, okay. So I go out there, I put the gun on the target, bam, first shot, bullseye.
Was he like, who is this woman?
The yoga teacher.
This yoga teacher, something's going on with her.
I love it. I feel like, yes, it's ideal for us to have inner peace and to spread peace. And I don't ever go out looking to harm anyone. That's not what having a gun is about for me. For me, I get to choose to protect myself and my family from imminent danger. So, like I said before, people can have different views, different beliefs, different, connections to themselves. So they might intend to harm someone. There's even cases in yoga studios before where someone walked in the door intending to harm multiple people in that establishment, in church business.
Yeah, right.
If it comes down to it, between saving my life and the life of the people around me, if there's someone intending to harm them, then I am able to be a peacemaker in that moment by using a firearm. Because if I need to stop the threats, then I'm actually helping everyone who is essentially hoping for someone to help them.
Yeah. Okay, first of all, I love that. And you're the most beautiful illustration of the Cancer archetype. I was posting this weekend, like everyone thinks Cancer is so sensitive, and you are, but in an open way, like how the ocean is open and embracing and receiving, but the ocean's also like super powerful and like can be, the ocean protects its ecosystem, But I also talk about like Cancer, like do not mess with the Cancer's family, home, or what's near and dear to them, because like they will, the crab, like cut you, like it will be like game over. And so I love that you're just like, no, like that thing, like do no harm, take no shit, but like I'm not here just to be like one dimensional. And I think that it's funny because like we're just getting to know each other, but I'm like, you are such this embodiment of Cancer season. I'm so happy you came on to model this like day 2 into Cancer for us, because there's so much to learn through how you express this zodiac sign. It's really beautiful. Okay, good. I'm still laughing about your husband on that day. He probably was just like,
He was like,
I got this cute yoga girl, and like she's all like hippy dippy.
ever since that day, every day, it's like we were best friends, and then all of a sudden we just started dating. Ever since that day, never looked back.
Never look back. He's like, oh yeah, he's a smart man. He's like, this one, I'm not letting her go. Boink in, come here. Oh my god, I love
So
that.
now we're doing naked yoga together.
Naked yoga, yes. Oh my god, you are just giving me life, and also just like, I'm like, yes, naked yoga, more of that, yoga and guns, everything you're saying, the diplomacy, so beautiful. Okay, is there anything else you want to share before we go into some breath work energy? I'm gonna close the door because there's like all this noise happening around me. So I'm just gonna
Storming over here, so all of a sudden I'm getting
everything like yes, everything just like shifted the energy. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go close this door, and then everyone get in a comfortable space. And Alicia is gonna so generously guide us through a breathwork practice. Hold on one second. Okay, it's a little better. Okay, so
Alright, come into a easeful position. So that an easeful position is just where you're not feeling strained to one side or the other. You're able to balance out in your pelvis. So if you were to think of your pelvic bowl as like an infinity pool, you wouldn't be spilling water out more on either side. It would be even with the top of your pelvis. So find an easeful position for your pelvis. Then inhale, sit up tall through your spinal cord so you can plug into the energy above you. Exhale, soften your shoulders away from your ears and soften the sides of your mouth and eyes. Take a deep breath in so big that you feel your ribs move. And with your lips closed, create a vibration humming sound. Inhale bigger so that you expand more in your body. Vibrate more. Now take one hand and touch any one place in your body, any place that needs it. Here you get to direct your awareness and your intention to that space. Take a deep breath in and create vibration. One more, make it your biggest and most enjoyable breath of the day. When you're ready, open your eyes and take one sigh just to bring your energy back into your present moment, back into awareness of everything around you. Take a deep breath in. Then open your mouth, sigh out. This breath technique is my favorite because it's great for pain. If you are feeling disconnected from yourself in any way, this helps to tap into the autonomic nervous system. So it awakens your own awareness of your energy. Also helps to bring pleasure. So it taps into your vagus nerve. And that's what can help to reduce pain. It's something that I use for headaches. It's something that I use for body aches.
Wow.
I left my dog outside. It was like,
sorry, dog. It's like an impromptu storm. Like, whoops.
I think
wow.
her dad got her because she wasn't outside. So.
Wow. How did anyone do that at home? I mean, I literally feel like I look different after I did that. I'm like, I feel so, that vibrating, that humming, I could like feel things like a human tuning fork, like.
Oh yes.
Like the ripple effect of the resonance of it out. Oh, it's so funny. Just a few weeks ago, I was with someone and they said that they're like, just hum more. Like when I went to like a healing session, and lately I've been doing that. But that breath plus the humming, I feel like I'm a human, like sound bowl or something right now. That was amazing. Thank you.
Yes, can create that vibration within yourself, and that's what a lot of moms do. And when moms are in the fullness of their pregnancy, it's not recommended to take additional things, and especially when there's pain. And so just placing hands on anywhere that hurts. This is what I did when I had lupus. Anything, head, neck, whatever part of your body, and then intentionally send vibration to that area. It's like, you think about those massagers that vibrate.
Totally. Yeah.
What it does is it helps to spread out any stuck energy, any gripping. It helps to soften those areas and allow blood and energy to flow more freely.
You are a gift. We have one question for you from Ryder, who has chronic pain, and they ask if is it okay to do it laying down, that exercise?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely, it's okay to do it laying down. I recommend, if you are feeling a lot of pain, to do at least 10, and then do at least 10. Do it really slow. You can place your hand on the different areas where you feel pain. And yes, I am feeling for you, and I encourage you along this time and this journey. Pain for me has been one of my biggest teachers. Like, once I had pain, I had to pay attention to those areas that I tried to ignore. So just in my life, having pain is what brought me to this place, because being complacent for me was painful. And so then I had to essentially move in certain ways and follow along with whatever was calling me. Because when I didn't, I would feel pain.
Wow, it's such a beautiful, way of just looking at it. And again, I'm always a big believer, just the shifting of the perspective and immediately starts shifting the energy too. So that's a really beautiful reminder for people. Oh, you are such a good gift. I know, was there anything else that you want to share? Anything else that feels present to you right now, or just something you want to broadcast out to the ether? What's on your heart?
Yes.
I'm like, just yoga free time. Just do your thing.
I am in a 30-day campaign right now. So I started on June 17th. My 30th birthday is July 17th. And I'm in my 30 days to 30. And this campaign is all about showing the world, showing myself that it is okay to be a healer and amass large amounts of energy, money, to get and make change. And I've always, in our upbringing, it can be often seen that people who had money in the fairy tales and things like that were the bad people. Right. And I am actively changing that within my own subconscious and within my community. So I am excited about that. I have a lot of different things that I'm launching during this campaign, including the 300-hour yoga teacher training program. And I have shirts, I have my books for sale. Everything is intended to serve and be an offering up to that purpose. And so if you would like to support the campaign, 30 days to 30K, then check out my Instagram. You can click the link in my bio. I have a lot of things happening. if you are unsure if you want to do training, you might just try out reading my book first. That'll give you a taste to what my style is, what my perspective is. Or if you already practice yoga or you already teach yoga, then I encourage you to get a shirt. I mean, I have shirts.
So show that shirt again.
Black yoga teacher. I teach yoga or some of the shirts. Black yoga is dope. Something, all just everything that
something for everyone.
Promoting the practice of yoga.
Yes. 30. I love that. I saw you on that and I was like, this is what I'm talking about. That abundance mindset, claiming that, and yeah, just again, setting that example and rewriting the story around abundance and wealth. Well, we'll definitely link to that in our stories and we'll link over to your profile. And I love that by supporting Alicia in that too, I also look at that as like supporting that offering is gonna help her and her intention, but it's like you're, to me, like signing off on and buying into that intention for yourself too. Like that is possible. It's like almost like you're joining a club of sorts. Like, yep, that for me too. So I think that's yeah. I'm like, oh, I know. I'm like, I want some of that because I want some of the energy and I want to read your book too. But so I'm gonna order your book today. I'm very excited to read it. I'm so happy that Instagram brought us together. Like the world is very magical. You are a gift beyond measure, truly. Like everything you just said. I hope that, you know, if people are just tuning in now or throughout the day, they can watch this replay because there was just like a treasure trove of gems in here for people. So thank you so much. Obviously, we'll stay in touch. You get your birth certificate, and I definitely want to read your chart for you. And even if you can't get your birth certificate, we can do some techniques to kind of put together a part of your chart where it'll still be a pretty solid reading for yourself. But yeah, just thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time to do this and sharing all of your light with us.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be here. I love what you're about, and I just continue to support you and follow what you're up to. So thank you for sharing.
So sweet. All right, well, have a beautiful rest of your day, whatever rain, shine, whatever it brings, and we'll be in touch soon, okay?
Okay.
Happy
Bye.
Cancer season. Bye. Bye, everyone. That's amazing. We're going to link to Alicia's website. Support her in the 30 days, the 30K challenge. I live for that energy. Okay, so everyone, happy Monday, happy Moon Day. I'll see you soon.